Are you moving to Cleveland and you're not sure whether you want to be an East Sider or a West Sider? Well, in this video, I'm going to break it all down for you. Hi guys, I'm Patty with eXp Realty and Patty sells CLE, and I make videos about all things Northeast Ohio. So if you don't want to miss any of my videos, you guys know what to do. Hit the bell, hit the like, do all that stuff. My contact info, I had to get a new phone number. So I got a new phone number down there. Feel free to reach out anytime. I'm here to help. I love helping people move to Cleveland. This is my hometown. I've never lived anywhere else. I was born and raised in Cleveland. And today I'm going to talk about the East Side versus the West Side. My parents are both from the East Side. I was raised on the West Side. There's a big difference. It's a big thing with Cleveland. Lake Erie is at the north, right? So everything's north, and then you have downtown Cleveland, then you have the west side of Cleveland, you have the east side of Cleveland. What's the difference? There's a lot of differences. What can I say? East side, old school. Cleveland Heights. I just did a video in Renaud, which is probably one of the oldest neighborhoods in Cleveland. All the big movers and shakers lived in, the rich people, the Rockefellers. They all lived in Renaud. Excuse me, my puppy's making noise. Sorry about that. Cleveland Heights. Lots of old money. Shaker Heights, Beechwood. The East Side has a lot of money. Little Italy and Case Western Reserve area is in Cleveland. And here's what I'm going to say about the East Side. First of all, it's not that easy to get to. There's not a highway exit to get to Cleveland Heights. You have to drive through, I'm going to be honest, you have to drive through projects to get there. I'm not going to lie. Cleveland Heights, University Heights, you got to drive through some unsavory neighborhoods. Hold on, I have to let my puppy out. All right, puppy's gone. You have to drive down Carnegie or Chester, Payne. There's just no easy way to get to the East Side, in my opinion. I was raised on the West Side. The West Side, and I always talk about every single one of my videos, hey, I-90's right there, 480's right there. And that's kind of important to a lot of people. A lot of my clients that I'm working with, you know, they're working downtown, or they're working in Westlake, or they're working somewhere else, and they want to be, you want to be close to work. You don't want to have an hour commute. So that is important. Is it hard to get to downtown from a Cleveland Heights? I mean, you're not getting on a highway. You're going to go down Mayfield Road and maybe get on MLK Boulevard and get on the Shoreway, or you're just going to go Carnegie all the way down. So that's one big difference about the East Side versus the West Side. The homes on the East Side are beautiful. Brick, not that you can't find, not that you're not going to find beautiful homes on the West Side, because you do, but the East Side is more older homes, like Shaker, and I'm going to show you some video. There is just some beautiful, stunning homes on the East Side. Here's another difference is taxes. Taxes are going to be a lot higher on the East Side. When I was with a brokerage working in downtown Cleveland, I would look at these houses. They would come up on the market in Shaker, and I would tell my husband, like, oh my gosh, it's only $225,000. It's so beautiful. We should move out there. And then he's like, did you look at the taxes? And then I looked at the taxes and I was like, they're triple than what we pay on the West Side, like crazy. I sold a house. I actually sold my grandmother's house. She lived out in Chesterland, actually Munson Township, which is on the East Side. Beautiful, 8 acres of land. And the couple that I sold it to, I ended up selling their house in University Heights. And her house was so nice. And my middle daughter came with me to take photos. And she was like, why are they selling this beautiful house to move to great grandma's? You know, but obviously they were trading, you know, in for a lot of land. And we only sold it for, I think I sold it less than 170. And I had to tell them, I go, if this house was on the West Side, you could get so much more for it because our taxes are so lower. So that is something, another thing on the East Side versus the West Side. West Side, you have Lakewood, which is an older community. Taxes sort of high, but probably comparable. We always say that like Lakewood and Cleveland Heights are sort of like sister communities. They're older. They're very liberal. They're two similar, but still Lakewood's very definitely West Side. Let's see. Then we have Rocky River, and in every single one of these little suburbs on the west side, I already have videos for. I am working on getting east side videos. I am. They're coming. I've just done Cleveland Heights, and then what else have I done? I don't know, something else too. They're coming, I promise. Rocky River, sort of old school. What Rocky River does not have new developments because it's older. The more further west you get, there's more land, there's new developments. So there's that. It's just a thing. Do you want to be a West Sider? Do you want to be an East Sider? On the East Side with Case Western Reserve right there, Little Italy, which we go there all the time. You also have all the museums out there, which are awesome. And I live in Amherst, which is the furthest west Lorain County suburb. And I think nothing of going to the museums or going to Little Italy. We go out there all the time. My husband and I were both working in Cleveland today. He was on West 65th Street. I was in Lakewood. Don't think anything of it. What the beauty of the whole Cleveland area is, it's small. It's really not that far. I really want to do a video about, and I'm just rambling this week. It's June. My kids just had their big high school graduation party on Sunday. I've been going crazy. We put in a new butcher block countertop to get ready for the party. So I have not had time to go out and film. So I'm really kind of winging it this week. So I'm sorry, but I got to get my video out. But I really thought this was a good topic because people ask all the time, and I get so many people that call me like, how about the East Side? And I don't think people really understand that there are some major differences. And I'm not even getting into the South Side. And I've done a video on Brunswick, Medina, Broadview, Brecksville, those areas. And I would think they consider themselves West Siders. I don't. I consider West Side Lakewood, Rocky River, North Olmsted, Westlake, Fairview Park, and that's in Cuyahoga County. And then Lorain County, we have North Ridgeville, Avon Lake, Amherst, Lorain. Even though Lorain County is ginormous, and that's a whole nother area. But the East Side, your biggest areas are going to be Cleveland Heights, University Heights, Orange, Beechwood, Shaker, and that's all in Cuyahoga County. Hunting Valley, I got to do a video on that. My grandma, you go up Mayfield Road, and she's all the way into Geauga County, but before you get there is Hunting Valley. And Hunting Valley is, I think it's the most expensive township in all of Cuyahoga County, and it's right before you leave Cuyahoga County, get into Geauga County. Oh my gosh, you have huge estates. They have the Hunting Valley, horse club, so you have all kinds of horses there, beautiful estates. You wouldn't even know you're in Ohio. So school-wise, on the west side, you have, Cleveland schools, which are east and west. What are the best districts? Rocky River, Avon Lake. Those top-tier west side districts are your best ones on the west side. On the east side, here's the thing about Cleveland Heights. Because it's so close to Cleveland, just like Lakewood, they're going through some similar situations. There's a lot of rental properties, and like I say in every video, when you have a lot of rental properties, it tends to, it mixes up the mix of kids that you're going to have, socioeconomic status, and if you know anything about education, that is one of your biggest determinants on your school performance. So in Cleveland Heights, because there are so many really expensive homes, Cleveland Heights School District, if you are living in a $1 million home, you're most likely not going to be sending your kids to Cleveland Heights schools. Just like as I mentioned in my Bracknell video, you're sending your kids to private schools. We have Hawken, U.S. schools. What's the girls' school? Oh gosh, I can't remember. There's a girls' Catholic school. Those private schools are where most people with money are sending their kids. However, Orange schools are amazing. Solon schools are amazing, top-notch schools. But when you're in that closer inner ring suburbs, most of the wealthier people, they are sending their kids to private schools. It's just the way it is. I grew up in the city of Cleveland, Cam's Corners, did a video on that. And yeah, this was when busing was happening. Nobody was sending their kids to Cleveland schools. And I started in Cleveland schools. I went there my kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and then they started busing. And my parents could not get me into St. Pat's in West Park. So we had to move, and we moved closer to Cam's Corners, and they were able to get me into Our Lady of Angels, OLA, because they were going to bus us all the way to the East Side. So that was just a crazy time. So back in the 80s, because we were all Cleveland kids and nobody was sending their kids to Cleveland schools. So we all went to the private school. There was just no choice. And then whatever high school, we moved to Lakewood. I went to Lakewood for a couple years but all my friends were at Magnificat. So I ended up transferring there. But, the guys either went to Ed's, Ignatius, even on the East Side, a lot of those kids will go to Ignatius, because Ignatius is right down there on West 25th Street. So it is a personal preference, but when I get calls from people, my first thing is, okay, where are you working? How much of a commute are you looking for? And then I like to drive people around. I'm like, you just kind of need to see, like, here's the East Side, here's the West Side. Where do you feel more comfortable? And people they really can tell the difference in that. And it's not like one is better than the other. It's just, where do you feel at home? Even on the West Side, do you feel at home in North Ridgeville, or do you feel at home in North Olmsted? I took a client out today, and guess what? She's like, I really like this development in North Olmsted. Perfect. I lived there for 15 years. It feels home to me too. It's just, where do you feel at home, and where do you think you will be happy living? So that's my spiel about the East Side versus the West Side. The Cuyahoga River splits it right in half. Both my parents grew up on the East Side. They met, and this is the one video I want to do. Geneva on the Lake, which is way out east, almost into Ashtabula. It might be Ashtabula County, I don't know. But Geneva on the Lake. So you've seen like my Marblehead, Port Clinton videos, all on the West Side. That's where the islands are. That's my second home. I love it. But on the East Side is Geneva on the Lake, and it's just a little biker beach town. That's the one thing I'm like, that's my one video that is like on my bucket list to do this summer. When I was a kid, my mom and dad actually met there. And when I was a kid, we would rent little cottages at Geneva on the Lake. And we would go up and down in the 80s. My best friend Mary and I, and at night we would get all dressed up because we were like 15 and we thought we were cool. And there was, this was probably 1985, and they still have them, like arcades. And we go play video games and walk by bars and listen to the music because we couldn't go in. We'd play putt-putt. And it's still the same. If you ever get a chance to go to Geneva on the Lake, I cannot wait to take that trip this summer. That was like the East Side destination. I don't know, it was hillbilly, but I loved it. Lots of great places on the East Side. Chesterland's beautiful. Geauga County is gorgeous. Kirtland is beautiful. So many great areas. And like I said, I am not an East Sider. I am a West Sider. But there are so many great places on either side of Cleveland. And if you are moving to Cleveland, give me a call. We just need to get out there, and you need to go out and explore and really, really get a feel for what feels like home to you. Especially if you're coming from another state. Yeah, you want to feel comfortable. So that's my recommendation. Both sides have a lot to offer. So that's that. And I think what I'm going to do now, and I'm just going to show you some clips of the places on the East Side that I've gone to, that I do have footage of. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to go out and film stuff. It's been a crazy week with the kids' graduation. Yay, they're done. I don't have any more kids in high school. I am so excited. And, it's the middle of June, and I kind of want to relax a little bit. So take a look. I'm going to take you through Cleveland Heights. I think I got into a little bit of, I did go through Little Italy, Coventry, that sort of area. Take a look at that. It's super cool. I love it. And hey, enjoy. It's summer. If you're moving to Cleveland, and you have questions, you need help, feel free to give me a call. All my info's down there. And take a look at the East Side of Cleveland, and I will see you next time. Thank you.